Welcome everyone to Braveheart Friday. Today we wanted to talk about what to do and what mindset to have when you're faced with the potential loss of your business. Now, this isn't something we normally focus on, but we know how important it is and how bad economies and situations can really cause you to wonder, am I going to lose my business? And if I am, what can I do about it to turn that around? So let's say a crisis happened. A lot of times when businesses are faced with the loss of their business, it's because something has happened different than normal goings on of the business. So maybe you have a dishonest spouse. Maybe the economy has really turned down, and we saw that in 2008. Maybe you have health problems. One of our clients was on disability for a couple months, came down with a virus and was in the hospital for 3 months. So what do you do when those sort of situations happen, and what kind of mindset do you need to have? So one of them, I wanted to have Randy share a story of a dishonest employee, because I think that's honestly the one that probably comes up the most. Yeah. So what do you do, or what is the mindset you should have when you are faced with a dishonest employee?
Yeah, so it's not uncommon, frankly. I mean, I have seen this many, many times in my career and experienced it from one of my own early jobs where an employee did, in fact, was a bookkeeper that happened to steal. And that's a pretty common position, which is why you need checks and balances on your accounting and who writes your checks and such. But, I've seen it in construction companies and all kinds of companies where an employee can steal and cause the company to be on the edge of going down. It's pretty common.
So when you're faced with that, I think this week we wanted to focus on the mental and emotional, because before you create a plan, you have to be in the right mindset for that plan. And we know that it's really important, because if you don't figure this out or you don't stay this course, a lot of times you're not only losing your business, you're also losing a lot of your personal assets, because businesses often make up 70 to 90% of a business owner's net worth. Right. So this is a bigger deal than just, I'm losing one of my assets. You're really losing most of probably the money that you're receiving and your net worth. So how do we focus on that mental and emotional part? What are the things we need to think about when something like this happens? Because I think a lot of times our brain shuts down.
Well, just to pick up on the last one of the earlier things you said there about possibly losing personal assets, that happens a lot of times in the small to medium-sized business market, because the owners have signed guarantees on loans. So that's how they get tied together. You can lose your company, and then it bleeds into your personal life. With regard to what do you do to overcome this, first of all, you've got to deal with the idea that you're a victim. In other words, you've got to eliminate that idea, because if you adopt a victim mentality as how you're going to live and approach life after this, whatever it is that's happened to you, because remember, everybody's had some trauma in their life. I don't care if they might have had it as children, they might have had it by spouses, they might have had it. There's a lot of abuse and hard things that happen in the world. So everybody at some point can decide that they're a victim and they can claim that mentality.
But of course, what's important about that is you can't win with that mentality.
You cannot. That victim mentality will prevent you from thinking, planning, arranging your life with regard to time and energy towards defeating this risk in your life, if you will.
Right.
So too often, minds that are looking backwards, that are tied up in the pain, they're not planning minds.
Right.
And you need to have the mental ability and emotional energy to be able to do the planning and the execution of that plan in order to be able to survive.
Yeah, so step one for us is get your mind right, I think is really what this video is about. When something tragic happens, we have to reorient our mind in order for us to win. So next video, we are going to talk about what do you actually do. So once you have the right mindset, once you have your emotional energy back, and you're ready to win, what are the actions that you need to take? So tune in next week for that video on the actions, not only the mentality, but also the actions that you're going to take. So like our page, The Braveheart Business, and we'd love to hear your comments on this video. And we look forward to seeing you next week.